Hey guys, if you're watching this video right now, Austin Metcalf's family really needs your help. And they are asking for you guys to do them a huge favor by signing this petition. Signing this petition is basically a peaceful way of protesting against the fact that they are allowing Karmelo Anthony to graduate, but not just that. I keep reporting on this. For some reason, some people just don't get it. But as of right now, Karmelo Anthony has not been expelled from school. Now, I don't know how things were in your day, but in my day, when I was in high school, if you fought, you automatically got expelled. People would get expelled for bringing fireworks to school. People would get expelled for smoking cigarettes on campus. People would get expelled for all types of things, but Karmelo Anthony literally took someone's life at a school track meet, and he has yet to be expelled. So this is just a shining example of black privilege that is being put on full display for the entire country to see. So Austin Metcalf's family, they're asking that you sign this petition to let your voices be heard, to send a message to the local school district about how you feel about these decisions to coddle Karmelo Anthony, to basically give Karmelo and his family their way, because the Frisco Independent School System, or district, whatever you want to call it, they automatically caved into the demands that were coming from Karmelo's family and their baby beater activist Spokesman. They threatened that they would protest and riot, and immediately the school system was like, hey, okay, we'll allow Karmelo to graduate. So it's really sickening to see. Austin's mother has been trying to contact the school district. They ignored her for over a month. And when they finally did respond to her, it was a very cold-hearted response. I already put out a video about that in the past that you can go check out. Austin's father had a meeting with the superintendent, and the meeting didn't really go well at all. So here we are now. And the way we combat this, the way we take a stand, is by signing this petition. So make sure you do so. But of course, now that these actions are being taken by Austin's dad, of course the baby beater Spokesman, of course he has come out here to release his own statement because he wants to be the center of attention. He desperately needs Jeff Metcalf and Austin Metcalf's family to be making moves, so he has something to react to. So he has another excuse to get in front of a camera or to release a statement that will get him attention to feed his own ego, because as he has stated himself, he loves when people are talking about him because it boosts his ego. So I want to go ahead and dive into this statement, but first, if you guys support the channel, if you like the videos, consider supporting the channel for free by liking the video, subscribing, commenting, sharing the video on social media. And if you want to take your support one step further, it is always greatly appreciated, especially when covering these type of stories. You could always donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. Thank you so much to everyone who has ever donated. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this statement. I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys. This baby beater is delusional. This statement is probably going to make you angry because it made me angry, but it's to be expected from this bozo. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let me make something very clear again. There are deliberate attempts by racist bigots and white supremacists to spread falsehoods about the case involving Karmelo Anthony. These lies aren't just misguided. They are manufactured to mislead, confuse, and stir outrage. As I've said repeatedly, Karmelo Anthony was never expelled from school. At my press conference weeks ago, I stated clearly, Frisco ISD was trying to hold expulsion hearings. That's a fact. But we stepped in. We fought and we prevented that from happening. An agreement was reached, and while we are legally unable to discuss the terms, let me emphasize, he was never expelled. No decision was ever made because we stopped it before it could happen. I want to pause right there. So, obviously, I don't like the baby beater, but he's confirming for you all what I've been trying to confirm for you all this entire time, that Karmelo Anthony has not been expelled. Despite killing Austin, despite admitting to killing Austin, despite this happening at a school event, Karmelo has not been expelled, and Karmelo is not going to be expelled, and Karmelo is going to be able to graduate. Now, is he going to walk the stage? No. But this is what they've done for Karmelo. Something that I've never seen done for any other kid. Obviously, it goes without saying that if this was the other way around, it would never go down like this. But because of black privilege, because of white guilt, because some white people are just so deadly afraid of being called racists, they decided, hey, yeah, you killed someone, we're still going to allow you to graduate anyway. These people are literally scared to expel Karmelo after he literally killed someone. They're scared to expel him because he's black and they don't want whatever pushback they may get. They don't want to be considered white supremacists or racists. And you see, this is why I decided, you know what, I've seen enough, I've had enough. We got to take a stand here. We got to start speaking out here. Because if things are this bad, where a black kid can just stab white kids and kill them at school events and not even be expelled, and be treated like they're the victim, while people raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for them, at some point, you got to say something, right? And this is that point. How much more do people need to see before they start calling stuff out? Because I've seen more than enough. And this was my tipping point. This was my breaking point. To where I'm like, okay, I can't, especially as someone with a platform, I can't sit here and ignore this stuff anymore. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this stuff isn't happening. Right? So they were able to, his words, not mine, meet with the school district, meet with these officials, and pressure them basically into bowing down to them and giving in to them. And why do you think they felt so much pressure? What do you think they were pressured by? Why don't you think they feel the same amount of pressure when they meet with Jeff Metcalf, when he demands that Karmelo Anthony is not allowed to graduate? The reason why they feel all of this pressure is because it's coming from black people. And they're scared. They don't care about Austin's family applying pressure. They don't care about Austin's family's feelings. They don't care about the victim or the victim's family at all. They've treated them like trash the entire time. They even ignored them. Ignored emails that were being sent to them purposely while having whole entire meetings with Karmelo or Karmelo's family and these activists to make sure that Karmelo gets the best treatment possible. So yeah, you're damn right, I'm going to speak out when I see stuff like this. And you all should be speaking out too. But let's go ahead and dive back into this statement. What's even more telling is that these individuals keep demanding a response from Frisco ISD, knowing full well that Texas law prohibits school districts from discussing student matters. But their white privilege blinds them to that reality. They assume every institution must respond to them on command, even when the law explicitly says otherwise. I gotta pause right there again. Now, when he's accusing people of being racist, of being bigots, of having white privilege, he's talking about Austin's family, okay? Austin's family, they're the ones that are contacting the school board trying to stop them from allowing Karmelo to graduate. So he's not naming them, but that's who he's talking about. If you're a father upset that your son's killer is wrongfully not being expelled from school and being allowed to graduate, it's because you have white privilege. And this is where, and it's always like this with these people, no self-awareness at all. He talks about how they just assume that they should bow down, that every institution must respond to them by command, even if the rules and laws explicitly says otherwise. What about the rules and laws when it comes to being expelled for killing someone, right? Austin's family is not coming forward demanding for Frisco ISD to change the rules when it comes to Karmelo's graduation or being expelled. They are demanding for Frisco ISD to stick to their rules and regulations. They're not asking them to bend. You are. He talks about, it's white privilege. They think they should be able to do this and do that. No, it's black privilege. You think that you should be able to march into the school system like you did and tell them, oh no, Karmelo's going to be able to graduate or we riot because we're black and we take no accountability for anything that we're going to do, right? That's what's happening here. No self-awareness at all. It's the white privilege. They think that every institution must just cave into them. No, it's you that feels that way. They're not asking for Frisco ISD to step out of bounds and change the rules and bend for them. No, they're asking them to uphold their rules, the same rules that should apply to everyone, but apparently they only apply to some people. People who aren't black. So it's the total lack of self-awareness that comes from these people. And oftentimes it's not even a lack of self-awareness. They just know that they have this privilege to act this way, and they want to kind of rub it in your face, accuse you of what they're guilty of, knowing damn good and well what they're doing. But let's go ahead and dive back into this statement. Let's also clear up this dangerous distortion. Even if Karmelo had been expelled, which he wasn't, expulsion doesn't automatically bar a student from graduating. This entire scenario they're peddling is a fabricated fantasy they've created in their heads. And it's being repeated, not out of truth, but out of desperation. What's most disappointing is seeing even some supporters of Karmelo unknowingly echoing these lies, saying things like he was expelled, but it was reversed. That's not accurate. There was never an expulsion. There was never a reversal. There was an organized effort by a bunch of baby-beating idiots to ensure justice was done, and we succeeded. They're only continuing this smear campaign because they lost. They are mad because we were effective. They are angry because we protected this family. And they are furious because we continue to speak truth to power without flinching. I don't care about what these white supremacist trolls have to say about me. But I do care about the truth. I do care about protecting our community. And I will continue to address these lies so our people stay informed and empowered. Let this serve as a reminder. We will not let lies become truth. We will not let racism define this narrative. And we will not stop fighting. A smear campaign against Karmelo, really? I think we've all seen where the smear campaign is. It's the portions, it's not all. It's not all. Okay, it's not all. But portions of the black community, they've been going absolutely insane with the smear campaigns against Austin Metcalf. spreading all of these lies about Austin Metcalf. That's where the smear campaign is. No one is smearing Karmelo. In order for there to be a smear campaign, there has to be dishonesty. There has to be lies, right? In my opinion. You can't smear someone with the truth. So people who are spreading the truth about Karmelo, people who are speaking truth to power about Karmelo, I hate that so much. Speak truth to power. That's just one of those ignorant things that only ignorant people like Karmelo and his family and the baby beater and the people who support them, that only sounds good to them. It sounds ridiculous to anyone else. You got to speak truth to power here, okay, guys? Says it literally like 50 times. Every time this guy talks, it's speak truth to power. My testimony, speak truth to power. It's so freaking ignorant, especially when you consider the fact that this dude is rarely telling the truth about anything, right? But once again, in reading this statement, it all becomes about him and his organization, right? Like I've been telling you guys, this guy is a narcissist. All of this is about him. It's not about Karmelo. That's why he name drops his organization every chance he gets. If you listened to the press conference that he did weeks ago, he name dropped the name of his organization like 36 times in one press conference. In this one post, he name drops the organization multiple times while bragging about their accomplishments, acting as if they really did something. When what they did is they came in front of a bunch of woke white idiots that are suffering from white guilt, and they basically said some hogwash, threatened that they would call them racist and riot, and the white people caved because they're weak idiots. He didn't do anything effectively. He didn't really accomplish anything. But in his eyes, he fought the good fight. He protected Karmelo's family. What do you mean? How is Karmelo being allowed to graduate? How is that protecting him? If anything, I mean, he should have gotten his GED in jail, because maybe when he was doing GED classes, he would be a little safer, as opposed to, I don't know, what's going to happen to him whenever he is locked up. So I don't think this protected the family at all. I don't see how this protects the black community. If anything, it just makes them look bad. And then you'll still have people saying that, oh, don't bring up race. Oh, it's not about race. No, don't bring up race. All this dude does is bring up race. All this dude does is accuse everyone of being racist. Everyone's white supremacist, because they don't appreciate kids getting stabbed in the chest at track meets. If you have a problem with kids being stabbed in the chest at track meets, it's because you're a racist bigot, right? So this dude makes it all about race every time he talks. And it's clear as day that he is trying to use his race, the color of his skin, and the race and the color of Karmelo's skin and his family's skin. He's trying to use that as leverage to get his way. When it comes to Karmelo being allowed to graduate, when it comes to Karmelo not getting expelled, he's playing the race card to try to get some sort of leverage. And I don't think that should be allowed to happen. And I don't think that people should keep sitting by quietly while people like this baby beater do stuff like that. Because that's what's happening so much in modern day society. It's happening here in America, and it's happening abroad in Europe as well. People are using their race as leverage to not be held accountable for their crimes. It's so crazy. They'll cry racism, racism, racism. Then you'll have people telling you don't make it about race. Then they'll make it all about race, and then try to use their race to their advantage to try to be immune, right, and off limits from all criticism. You can't criticize them, right? You can't say anything. You can't question anything. You just got to bow down to whatever they say, or else you're racist. So I'm over that. I'm not going to bow down to that nonsense. I know there are some of you watching that video or watching this video that are still going to go along with the nonsense, and you'll bow down and you'll be trampled all over. It ain't going to be me. It ain't going to be me, folks. I can tell you that for sure. I understand these people's tactics. I understand that this guy is a race baiter who's an actual racist that thinks he can whine and cry and get his way because he knows that there are a lot of woke white idiots in positions of power that will cave to him because they're deadly afraid of having mean things said about them. I don't care what people say about me. So I'm going to continue speaking my mind, and I think you all should as well. Because nothing's stopping Dominique from speaking his mind and accusing everyone of what he's actually guilty of. There's no shame in his game when he plays the race card and goes to the school district telling them, oh, you're racist if you expel this young black man for murdering someone. So things have gotten too extreme because people like Dominique know that they can weaponize their race and use it against us. They know that they have a lot to gain from this, and they've been gaining so much from this, and they've been ruining people's lives with this stuff. They've gotten too much power when it comes to people just cowering, being afraid of what type of, consequences they may have if they speak out against this stuff. And that's why people like Shiloh Hendricks is getting so much support. Because people aren't going to keep bowing down to this nonsense. But for now, I want you guys to let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.